Welcome. Today we're going to be discussing the technique Mace of aggression, its execution, some of the things that can go wrong with its execution, how to fix those, and then some things of how to enhance its execution. So let's talk about the ideal phase. The ideal phase is off of a two-hand direct grab. With that, you can do one of three things. You can either grab and push, grab and be static, or grab and pull, also known as a passive grab. So in this case, Mace of aggression can work off of either the passive grab or the pulling grab. Theoretically, it could work off the pushing grab too, but it's not as easily done that way. So let's talk about what's happening up here. So this is essentially triggered salute on top of the arms rather than underneath the arms. So as we go through the technique, keep that in mind. So very similar to what we do in triggered salute, we do a one-handed pin in triggered salute. What we're going to do now is a two-handed pin. So we go to the other hand and we want to anchor this elbow. So notice what I'm doing. I'm keeping my elbow close to my body. I don't want this primarily working on the left because he can let go with his right. I want to think 1 to 2, where I'm getting one hand to his 2, and I have my major available to me. And we're going to keep this basically all the way through the entire technique. So now let's talk about the step. I could step straight ahead, to the right, or to the left. In this case, what I want to do is I want to step straight ahead. We really don't have to worry about straddling the paddle in this technique because in order to do that, I really have to step deep, and then I couldn't even do anything else. So straddling the paddle is really not an issue. Now let's talk about what's happening with this hand. I could punch straight at him, but then that might happen. Why is that able to happen? Because I'm creating a line. What I want to do is I want to create more of a margin for error, so I want to be coming down at this diagonal line. So there's two ways I could do that. I could do it as a hooking, which is a problem for depth-wise, because all I have to do is lean back or whatever to get away from me, or lean forward in some cases and I end up hitting his head. So how do I solve for that? What I do is I come using both the circular line and the depth line, so I can take advantage of what's going on here. So what you want to think is you're coming down to this diagonal slightly and you're pointing over his right shoulder. That's the line that you want to be able to execute this on. So as I come in, that's what I want to do. Now, the next thing, very similar to what we do in triggered salute here, is we're going to do the same thing again with one hand to two of his hands. So we do this hit, and what I want to do is bring him down at that 45. Very similar to what we do in gifted destruction. Because like in gifted destruction, we take him into the elbow. We're going to do the exact same thing here, but again with two, using one of mine. So we come down at that 45, and now you'll notice I'm on two of his arms. What happens if I slip and I don't get this right arm? Very easily, you can pick this up with just the left, with the shape of the crane, and pull the left and you'll get the same effect. So it doesn't matter whether you get both of them or one of them. Either one would be perfectly fine. So we do that, we pull him into that elbow right away. So that gets him gauged where we need depth-wise for our follow-up. So if you notice, the follow-up is going to be triggered salute. You got the 1, 2, 1, 2. But you're going to ask yourself, I'm making a cock a separate motion here in order to deliver this strike. That is true. Why is it okay? Again, back to this. I've got both of their weapons and there's really nothing they can do to stop me from hitting them. So I can take advantage of that, get the path of travel I need in order to get this elbow at the end. Then from there, we can cross out and cover. One more time really quick with an explanation. Grab, either passive or pulling, pin, anchor the elbow, come in at 45 away from you, circle down like the gifted destruction, getting both of their arms, inward elbow, cock, deliver that last elbow, cross out and cover. One more time without an explanation. Hope this video helps you. Thank you very much.